Welcome to Becoming Stella O. I'm your host, Stella O, and we are starting off today's series, Can I Get a Refill? So I was looking up the word refill, and I was like, okay, I like to not go so deep. I like to just have conversations. And refill is to replenish. And yesterday, when I came up with this series title, I didn't have a great day, and I was just not myself emotionally, my mindset, and I was like, geez, I need to refill myself. And it was really something that shifted in my mindset. So today's title is Shifting Your Mindset. And for me, this is something that I'm always learning on a daily basis, because the power of your mind, the power of your thoughts, it goes so much deep, because you are who you think. And your thoughts are so much bigger and so powerful, because I have seen things come to fruition just by thinking. Whenever I think about something negative, and then you're surprised, why did this happen? Or, and you're thinking about something positive, then you're like, oh my gosh, it really happened. I believe that the power of your mind is so important. Your thoughts and what you think and what you surround yourself with. I'm drawing from yesterday and my mindset from just yesterday, because it's fresh. And it wasn't anything in particular. It was just one of those days that you cannot really explain, and it's just a blah day, and you find yourself just instantly going into a down, you're sliding all the way down, and I felt it physically. So what I've noticed, being aware of also my body, is my mind really triggers a lot that goes on physically with my body. And then you just don't think right. You don't make wise decisions. You get frustrated. There are a lot of pieces that are happening in our personal lives. I don't know if you're dealing with an elderly parent, you're in a management position, either you're superior, you're under superior. Professionally, personally, you could be in college and you're trying to make a decision on what major you want to study, or you're switching majors. Life is already challenging, and the things that we have to deal with outside of our mind is a lot, and it affects how we think. So for me, I've noticed that whatever happens outside of that door is out of my control, or whatever happens outside of my body, it is inevitable. They're just things that you cannot change at all, and it's just part of life. The beauty of life I've come to accept is that the discrepancies and the hardships really mold us to become who we are becoming right now. And I know that I named this podcast and my platform Becoming Stella O. That becoming is so essential, is so important. And shifting also your mindset, it's a becoming transition. We're a typical family. You're in a household that you're raised in with a parent, two parent, or even one parent, and you end up actually adopting their ways of upbringing. So you have those values and fundamentals. So a lot of those things mold you or give you a more of a structure, a boundaries of the person that you will become. But it doesn't necessarily keep you in those boundaries. It's not exactly who you are. And this is where you kind of a tug of war, when you're dealing with teenagers. I have teenagers. Well, now they're adults, some of them, but anyways, and you're dealing with this tug of war because you have your identity, you have your mindset of how you want things to be done in the household, or the expectations that you may have for your child. But then as an individual, they have to also make their own values and boundaries and these fundamentals that are so important to themselves. So for me, I have found myself that the power of your mind and your thoughts are so powerful, because I would just be in that, hole or that space, and then I wouldn't be able to even come up with a series that was, can I get a refill? So even the little step of saying, you know what, today is a day, but the day is not over. I don't know what you're struggling with. We all have things that we're dealing with on a daily basis, financially, emotionally, physically. I'm not even at the best physical state that I want to be. But then what are the things that you are working on? Did you walk? Did you drink a bottle of water? Did you, just little things that can change how you think and how you feel about yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're not good to anybody if you're not good to yourself. And the things that we think about, the things that we believe in ourselves, we can do, all begins in our mindset, our thoughts, and the relationships that we build. The relationship with yourself is so essential. I spend a lot of time with myself. I like being with myself. I think I had someone, actually not someone, I have had quite a bit of people who've told me that you enjoy your own company way too much. And I used to take that as an insult, but it was the biggest compliment. But then finding a balance. So who are you? And are you a negative person by yourself? Some people need others for confirmation. They need friends to affirm who they are. You're beautiful. Oh, you smell good. Oh, you're always dressed good. Those are physical things. But then, your friends can also, people who know you, you're very productive, you're thoughtful. Those are things that are your core. Really is what makes who you are. They're the components that make who you are. Not the clothes, not the makeup or the hair, not the physique, not your skin tone. Those things are nice. I take pride in my skin care. I have very soft skin, but that doesn't make me, that's not the core of who I am. Who is Stella? Who are you? What is your mindset? The way you think of yourself, the positive thoughts that you think of you, even when you have your worst day and nothing worked out and everything kind of just went downhill. I've had days where I'm like, nothing seems to work out. But when you're able to just sit there and say, okay, you know what? I have to give credit to myself and replenish myself with a better mindset, better thoughts, better things. And that is super important. So refilling your mindset, what does that mean to you? Your challenge in your mindset or triggers may be when you go to work. There are a lot of people who don't like going to their jobs. They're in a position, or they're in a place in their life that they just have to pay bills, support their family, and do what they need to do. I have been there. I have done it. I've been there, and some days I even feel like that as well, even though I have the flexibility. But there are pros and cons on both sides. Maybe you being in a relationship that you're not happy, or it's not going the way that it needs to go. I feel like when you have these moments that are challenging, it's pressure to bring the best out of you. It's like a diamond. It's like gold. It's like metal. Diamonds don't really shine when they're at their raw state. They have to go through a process that is brutal for you to just see the beauty. So the times where I have very challenging times, I feel like I'm going through a refining moment to bring the best out of who Stella is going to be. So I always remind myself, this is just a season. Like today is such a beautiful day. But a few months ago, we had a freeze. And then, a month before that, the weather was terrible. It was just really nasty. And then a month ago, in the beginning of the year, weeds were everywhere. Everybody's yard was terrible. But having seasons in your life, even in the 4 seasons that we have, winter, summer, spring, and fall, there's a transition. Things have to go through this ugly stage before you see the beauty of winter. You see winter, the leaves fall, and then it goes through this moment. Then spring, you see everything coming to fruition. But prior to that, it was not coming to fruition. And then you have summer. And in some areas, summer is brutal. But then it goes through that cycle. But every season has its beautified moment. And I feel like for us as human beings, we have our seasons, but it's not recycled. I believe that we go through a season, but we just have to be able to go through it. And like yesterday, I needed to go through it. And today I'm able to just come and speak on my experience. It wasn't the worst day in my life, but then my mindset had to shift to be able to look at the positivity of things. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm able to enjoy the weather. Change your mindset to where you're able to project positivity, and then you'll be able to receive better things and see different things will come to you in a different way. I don't know. It seems like Mother Nature has a way. God has a way of whenever you receive, you're receiving the good and you project the good. But when you allow the bad things to control you, it's like you're decaying. You're just deteriorating. And you're just going, it's like crabs in a barrel. You're never going to get out of it. Changing your mindset, it's so important. Waking up in the morning and just giving yourself that grace, that benefit of the doubt that it's going to be a fantastic day. I am smelling good. I'm looking good. This outfit looks good on me. Compliment somebody as well. It's not always something that's I've found myself also in life that I find a lot of joy whenever I'm able to celebrate others. My mindset and celebration for others, it gives me a joy. I don't even understand when I see someone win or they overcome certain obstacles. It's a beautiful thing. And as well as when you are also having those beautiful things happen to you, you'll be surprised how many people are rooting for you. So I hope that this was a pleasant conversation, and guess what? We're going to have another conversation on Friday because, like I said, we're dropping Can I Get a Refill Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And let me know if you're interested in me video recording one of these segments or episodes, because I know you're hearing my voice. I don't know if that's something that will be interesting on YouTube, but make sure you subscribe. We're on YouTube and every podcast platform, Becoming Stella O. And today's topic was changing your mindset, refilling your mindset, replenishing your mindset, whatever you want to call it. But we have to be able to replace the negative thoughts with positive thoughts, the negative affirmations, because I believe there are negative affirmations with positive affirmations. So until next time, bye.